And your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Elliott running right. And this play gets blown up. They'll at the 17. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Let's go. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Tannehill on 3rd down.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Tiger. Deep. Hey.
Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
Open man is Noah Brown.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill. It's caught by Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. He completes it to Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Tight right. Deep. Yo, trip left. Deep. There you go, Tiger.
They snap it to Tannehill. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Elliott running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Marr on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 17, Titans nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Titans take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just
go.
called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way.
Tannehill intercepted again. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Inside give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle there, Lonnie Johnson. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He finds his target is Schultz. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Prescott on first down. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Tannehill. Anthony Barr. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. And they're going to say inside the 35-yard line. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will stay put at 17. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Prescott.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down, it's Willis.
And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Right. Yo, trip left.
On 4th down, Tannehill. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Tannehill now to throw. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Right. Block.
Off play action, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Prescott off play action. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The toss right to Henry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Block. Right.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got Hooper on the out route. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Tannehill on first down. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, chip left, chip left. Here, here, here. Here you go, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Tannehill. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Hit, hit, hit. Clock, clock.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal.
Bullock's kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing here, Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll try the right side with Elliott.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. with this ball game. But
and my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, Prescott here to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Prescott now. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Prescott.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Second and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.